is Melly, and today I'm coming to you from a really comfy spinny chair. Today I'm going to be doing the Disney book tag. Now, I was not tagged to do this tag, but it looks fun and I'm new to the booktube community, so I wanted to do it. One announcement before I start. I have a website, so you can all follow me down there. I will link it down below. And I also have an Instagram, so again, I will link that down below and you can follow. I'm also working on setting up an email account, so you can all contact me, but you can contact me through my website as well, so I hope you will do that, and I hope to talk to you guys. Now let's get started with the tag. So this tag is basically based off of Disney characters and movies. Now I apologize because I don't know all these movies, but the questions are coming from Nikki Godwin.blogspot.com, so thank you, Nikki, for posting the questions so I can do the tag. Part of your world, which I'm assuming is Ariel, what book would you change yourself for so you could be a part of their... This was probably the easiest question for me to answer, and that would definitely be the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I'm just holding up City of Bones because I had it in hardcover and it's really pretty, and it's signed. Oh, it's not coming to the page. Signed. No, I did not get to meet her. I didn't get to meet her. I was at a store for another signing. Do you want to see what it looks like, Nikki? That's terrible. Okay, I was at a store for another signing. And while I was walking around, I saw that they had a bunch of signed copies of books, and then I walked past the Cassandra Clare shop, and I was going to get one anyway because it was hardcover, and it was cheap, but then it was pretty because it was signed too, so I bought it. But anyway, I would definitely change myself to be in this realm. I would love to be your shadow hunter. They're so graceful and so badass, and they get to wear black all day, every day, and not be judged about it, and you could be invisible whenever you wanted from the human population, and I think that would be amazing. And I could date a Herondale. I would definitely try to team up with Clary's ragtag team, and I think it would be so fun to just be immersed into this. The next question, Let It Go, which is Frozen. What book did you not want to finish because you loved it so much? I never want to finish any of my books because they are all amazing, but at the same time, you guys know what I'm talking about, where like you want to finish the book so bad because you want to like put it back on your shelf and let it be beautiful, and you want to know what happens, but at the same time, you never want it to end because you don't want to leave the characters or the storyline behind. I feel like I'm losing my best friends. But the book series, it's a series, I went with was City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Now this is the 6th and final installment of the Mortal Instruments series, and I would be a shadow hunter, so I'm in this world somewhere. But it's very big, it was a very good ending, but I just didn't want it to end. I didn't want to leave the characters, and I know there's going to be a sequel series, and I read the prequel series after I finished this, which I do not recommend because there are spoilers in this book that I didn't know about. But anyway, so this book was so good, and it ended so perfectly. I was still waiting for something to happen at the end. I was like, it's gonna end, and then in the epilogue there's gonna be like, no, it's just no. And I didn't want to leave these characters behind. I love the storyline so much. And then I read The Infernal Devices, and a lot of people like The Infernal Devices better. But I just love this series so much. And I love the fact that there were 7 books, and it made me so happy. And I did not want it to end, but at the same time I wanted to know what was going on and feel the accomplishment of having finished 6 books, because this was my first giant series. The next question is Beauty and the Beast. What book do you think is or will be timeless? Now, this was a difficult question for me because I haven't read a lot of classics, and the ones I have read I've been forced to read in school, and I didn't like them. They don't gel with me. And then I was thinking about going with Twilight because it's still pretty popular, even though it's kind of old. And I was like, you know what, Supernatural, it just doesn't work. I don't think vampires will last that long. And so then I decided to go with Divergent by Veronica Roth. Now, I don't know how timeless this will be, but it is pretty popular right now. And I do think it could withstand the length of time because there's something in it for everyone. It just works. There's stuff. There's warfare for the guys, there's romance for the girls, and there's nothing supernatural about it. It's real people in a real war who make real decisions that really matter. And it's so lifelike, I want to say. It's not, because it is a dystopian, but it just, I don't know how to explain it, but I just really think this would withstand the test of time. Next question is, so this is love. What book were you hesitant to read at first but ended up loving? This was another easy question for me. It was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, because I did not, when I first heard about this, there was a lot of hype. I think the movie had just come out, maybe? And there was a lot of hype surrounding this. It seems so small now that I'm holding it. Anyway, back on track. So I didn't want to join the hype. I've always liked reading, but I just didn't want to join the hype. I thought I was different. I was like, no, it's not going to gel with me. Kids killing each other in an arena? Nope, not going to work. And my two really good friends had read it, and they were like, Molly, you have to read it, you have to read it. Why haven't you read The Hunger Games yet? Molly, you have to read The Hunger Games. Well, at least watch the movie. Molly, come on, Hunger Games. And so I finally decided to read it for some reason, and then I got really committed to the idea. And so I made my dad go to Barnes & Noble after we were out for a whole day, and we were at a mall with Barnes & Noble, and then I decided at the end, while we were like a street away from home, Dad, I want to go to Barnes & Noble. Dad, I have to get The Hunger Games. He's like, well, how much is it? And I look it up online, and then there's like a sale online, so I'm like, it's $6. We get there, it's more like $12, but whatever. I still had it, and I got it, and I started reading it in the car, and I don't know why I got so committed to reading it, but I did. And I ended up loving the trilogy. This is the book that got me loving young adult novels and trilogies and series, and it just opened up so much for me. And so thank you, Hunger Games. Next is Friend Like Me, which I'm not sure what movie that comes from. Which character would you like to be your best friend? Is that even a question? All of these characters. I dropped my books. All of these characters, I would love for them to be my best friends. I mean, not everyone, like, example, America Singer from the Selection series, because she's so indecisive and annoying. Yes, she is loyal, but we wouldn't gel. We wouldn't gel. But, I mean, I couldn't just pick one best friend. I want them all. Next is Reflection, which I'm not sure what movie that comes from. What book really made you think or change the way you view things? Now, I'm assuming this is pretty easily guessed, but I went with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Not a lot of my books change the way you view things, but I think with the cancer story and the romance, it did change how I viewed things a little bit. Being with a family member had cancer, my sister had cancer, and I think she had she was still going through treatment when I read this, and it was just, I could relate to it, and it just changed the way. And then the fact, like, spoiler, I'm not gonna tell you, but that spoiler just made me like, wow, it hit me. I don't know, I always knew that life was short and that things could change in an instant, but I don't think it really hit me until I read this book, and then I was just like, Colors of the Wind, again, not really sure. No, isn't that Pocahontas? I think that's Pocahontas. I'm so proud of myself, I remembered it. Okay, Colors of the Wind, who do you tag? Once again, I took an example from my last video. I tag all of you because I believe that you should all do this tag. I thought it was pretty fun, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about stuff, about books and Disney princesses. And I'm sorry I did not know all the names the names of the movies that they were referring to. So that was it. Bye guys!